Hey everyone, Boardgame Brody here with Meeple Mountain. I have a fresh copy of Fast and the Furious Highway Heist, a scenario-based cooperative game designed by Prospero Hall and published by Funko Games. If you are a fan of the series, then you should be excited about this game. The game includes 3 different scenarios, all played on the highway driving fast speeds. Each scenario introduces new mechanics and each has a different level of difficulty. Start off by trying to stop a tank, and then save some precious valuable cargo heading down the highway in a semi-truck swerving around the road. Lastly, battle it out bringing down a high-tech helicopter as it fires bullets down from the sky. Players will work together using their strengths to complete the objective in the scenario. Let me tell you 10 things that you need to know about this game. Number 1. An overview of the game. Players will each take a turn during a round, and each round the team can decide in what order they want to take their turns in, and this order can change from round to round. Rounds will continue until either the players win or lose the game. On a player's turn, they will take up to 2 actions, and then roll the enemy die, which will cause the enemy to take a turn. After all players have taken a turn, they will perform the end of round and then continue with a new round. Number 2. Important concepts. The board represents the highway, and when you move toward the right, you're actually speeding up, and when you move toward the left, you're kind of slowing down, but still moving, just slowing down some. When moving your car in this game, you can move to any of the 8 spaces that surround you, and to move your car, well, you need to be in it, represented by the peg on your player board. You can also jump out of your car or even jump on any other vehicles nearby. You can then take over other vehicles in the game and switch cars to make that one yours from now on. Now, you'll need to remember that wrecks can and will happen in this game. Wrecks will cause damage, but a player or an enemy peg will always move to the closest car when the vehicle is wrecked. Number 3. Skills. Each player will have a character that will have more or less skills in a certain category. In addition, they will also have a type of car that player is driving that will add additional skills. But when changing vehicles, those skills will then also change. Speed and control is used when you're behind the wheel. Athletics is used when actions involve the player peg. And defense is used to reduce damage for whatever might happen. During the game, you will roll dice equal to how high your skill level is in that category, and depending on your intended action, if you pass that skill check, you will then be permitted to perform that action. In addition, you will start with 2 boost tokens that you will use and gain more throughout the game. These are used to either help another player, giving them more dice to roll, or to be used to turn any boost symbol into hits, hopefully letting you complete the intended action. Number 4. Exhausted characters. Because players can take turns in any order during a round, you'll need to keep track of who has taken their turn. This is done by flipping your character board over, showing you performed your actions already. When a new round begins, everyone will then flip their character boards back over and start again. Number 5. Possible actions in the game. Now, there is surprisingly a lot that you can do, so I'm not going to go into full detail on each of these actions and how they work, but the ones that have a yellow circle will require a skill check of the number shown in that circle, and each action will correlate with the skill shown. The drive action will let you move that number of spaces as you have speed. The leap action will let you get out of your vehicle, placing your peg on top of it, and or leap to another vehicle within a number of spaces determined by your athletics rating. The leap action also lets you get back into a vehicle. Ramming an enemy SUV will destroy their SUV, flipping it over after you've completed a successful speed check. The force action lets you move other vehicles on the road, and then you can move into the space that was vacated. When an enemy peg is on top of your car, you can perform the shake action when you're behind the wheel, knocking them off. If you are on foot and on top of a car with an enemy, you can brawl and knock them off. You can hijack an enemy SUV at any time when you're on top of it, but once you do, you give up your car that has those special actions and you can never re-hijack your own car again. You will then flip your vehicle board over, receiving the new stats for that SUV. Taking the boost action will let you take one of the boost tokens to be placed under your board. You can never have more than 3 of these, and these will let other players help others and also help you with skill checks. Number 6. Stunts. As one of your 2 actions you can take during your turn, you can perform a stunt. Possible stunts are shown on cards, and each has a specific condition that must be met before attempting the skill roll. But these are the most powerful actions to be used to complete your objective. Each round the cards will move down, and cards will cycle from level 1s to level 2s and then level 3s. When successfully achieving the stunt, you will take one of the boost tokens off of it, and when there is no more boost tokens available on that stunt card, that card will be flipped over and no longer available. Number 7. The enemy's turn. The enemy die is rolled, and depending on its result, the enemy will do something. When the enemy SUV is rolled, the SUVs will try to either slam into players or move closer to their vehicles. SUVs cause 3 damage when slamming into you. You will keep track of your health on the tracker on your board. When an enemy peg is rolled, their pegs are activated to either damage a vehicle, brawl with another player, or move on top of a player's vehicle. Enemy pegs cause 2 damage. If a skull is rolled, all enemy cards are moved 1 place to the right, and you will resolve the activated effect on the card in the activate spot. Then you will draw and resolve the new card. These other 2 faces will do that enemy card action, but will also move the main enemy vehicle either north or south, possibly causing damage or initiating wrecks. Number 8. End of a round. Players need to plan well because when the end of the round comes, road maintenance occurs as wrecks move 4 spaces west, possibly crashing into you or other players. Any unmanned player vehicle moves 1 space to the west, and a new stunt card is revealed, letting players plan out their possible next moves. Number 9. Win or lose. Players will win if they achieve the objective in the scenario or if they perform the level 3 stunt action that wins the game. If that level 3 stunt card moves off of the road board during the end of the round, the game ends and all players lose. Some scenarios might also have additional conditions as well. Number 10. My thoughts. So there is so much to like about this game. With all the possible actions available, you really can control what you want to do. You pretty much have everything you want to do while driving in the car, smashing into ones, forcing others over, driving fast to set up for another move. And then even better, you can jump out of your car onto others, performing whatever actions you would like. I mean, you really feel like you're in a Fast and Furious movie. The cooperative aspect of the game also works very well. Everyone has some low stats in some areas that other players can use boost tokens to help those out, but it's going to require a lot of planning. But this also opens up making all actions and options available to any player. My favorite actions are the more powerful ones, the stunts. I like how these are more powerful than the other ones, but there is still a limit as to how many times you can perform these. But also they will require a little more planning to do them. During the game, you might need to decide to not do a powerful move this round and instead set up for the next round, picking up maybe more boost tokens or moving your car so that you don't get hit by any of those wrecked vehicles in the way, but also so that you can move into the perfect spot so then you can perform the best stunt, dealing damage to the enemy. Now, the only thing that you should know is there are 3 scenarios in this game, which might make you think that you would play the game only 3 times and be done, but that's not how it works. Each scenario can unfold very differently each time. Really, they could have just made 1 scenario and called it the game, but because the game design is done so well, you will be able to play it multiple times, facing off with a semi, a tank, and a helicopter many times. The randomization of stunt cards, plus the character and vehicle abilities in combination with each other, plus what the enemies do on their turn, and what you end up doing on your turn will change from game to game. Will the game get stale for you? I don't know, but there's a lot of things going in to help with the replayability and help it so it doesn't. Ultimately, everything comes together very well to make an intense scenario while still giving the players so much freedom and possible great moves to do greatness. So remember, it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile while playing Fast and the Furious Highway Heist with your family and friends by Funko Games. Again, this is Board Game Brody. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stick around and check out some other board game reviews to see what you might want to get to the table.